There, it's working. Okay. How's everybody today? I see Lincoln Central Coins has nothing to do, so he thought he'd jump in here. Well, good thing. Wake up, everybody. Ken's live. And I pulled up the share. I pulled the, I lean back in my chair and stuff, so I moved that screen. When I do, it screws up the camera. Let me test everything because I haven't tested everything yet. Here's the peaches. Screen works, I think. We'll find out. Okay, it's not in focus. Look at it. It's a Hong Kong nickel. That's a 5-cent Hong Kong Polycenian. I use it here to just to focus. Make sure I got that working right. If you don't have a Hong Kong nickel, really, you're missing out on some of the better points in life here. Look at that. Okay, we need to work on the wiggle over here. How's that? That's stable? Yeah, I think that's pretty stable. Hong Kong, it's upside down. Good, there we go. I received your package today. That's lightning quick. What day is this? Thursday? Yeah, that went out Tuesday. I got one more package to send out right now, I think. Let me check here. Is it on here? Yeah, here's my master list. One package to send. I got one to invoice. There we go. Let me come back. Let me find my way. I lose my place so easily when I go off track. Okay, screen. There's the widescreen. That works. And this is, oh, get rid of that. All right, I think we're looking good here. Here's David Smock. Just now got the notification. Well, I just now put the thing up. I was, just farting around half the day, doing my own thing, watching some of these other videos. And, well, I think there's just too much sensationalism going on. People like to coin roll hunt. And they look at the videos and they watch the videos about coin roll hunting, and you get this guy, he's got you can find this coin in your pocket change and it's worth $11,000. Yeah, and monkeys can fly with your butt too. There are some realistic expectations. You're going through these rolls. People grab these rolls up at the bank. They get boxes of them. I do. I get boxes of the darn things and I go through them, because you can find stuff in these coin rolls. Let me knock that camera one more time. Nothing here that you can see, but oh, actually, yeah, I got one here from Mantic. Had found a 2003 $50 in a roll. That's kind of neat because these are not intended for circulation. They're called NIFCs. But people grab these rolls and they hunt and hunt and hunt. Captain Picard is the name of a YouTuber, and he had put a video up, not a video, he had put a question up on my video saying, can you really find these coins? Well, yes, and kinda. He says he's watching these videos where people are pulling silver and silver and silver and silver, just piles of silver out of these $50 rolls, right? Yes, you can do that, but there's another 1,000 boxes that were gone through that people got, nothing out of, or maybe one or two items out of. It kind of depends on what you're looking for as well. Mantic goes through, he pulls out all sorts of things that other coin roll hunters don't. He looks for die varieties as well. And you can find these things. You hear about the 1969S. Let me pull up, where is that? Let me pull this up. I got an article in my blog. Here it is. Let me get over there. There's the screen right there. Is that going to work? Can you see this all right? Here we go. This is my my little blog, which is getting a lot of hits, especially lately. This girl, Megan Green, went and she's going through coin rolls. She's been hunting through coin rolls for just a few months, right? I mean, I've been doing this since Carter was president. And she finds a 1969S doubled die. And here's a picture of her find right here. She sent it up. She put it up in the Coin Up group on Facebook. Asked about it. Dustin said, he'll take a look. Ended up, she sent it to PCGS. It was certified. This is a $25,000 coin. Yes, she found this coin roll hunting. Now let's have a closer look, because you can run these numbers through, these little numbers right here, 350511018, and you can verify on PCGS website that this coin is right. Okay, let's have a close-up of that coin. Here it is, and you can see these numbers correctly. And so I went to PCGS site and typed it in, and here is her coin on PCGS's website. Right, it's a 1969S double die obverse. That's what DDO means. FS 101. And that stands for 5S Stanton number 101 for 1969S. And it's a double die. And yeah, that's a $25,000 coin. That doesn't mean that's what she's going to get. She's probably already got the best part of $100 into certifying the darn thing. She'll spend, 5 to 10% on auction fees. And then the government's going to come in and say, we want half for, all the hard work we put in. Now, we can take a look at this thing so you can see what it looks like. And it'll take a moment. Here we go. This is a 1969S. This is that coin that Megan found in her pocket change. All right. And you can see the splits on the 9, splits on the 6, splits on the 9. Over here, you look at Liberty. That baby has been doubled, right? Right at the hub level. The hub impacted the die twice and left a double imprint. It is a doubled die. Right, you can see the letters up here. This one's really interesting because she also has, if you look over at the date and mint mark, she also has mechanical doubling, as you see on the top of the S, right, and on the top of the 9. This is not part of the doubling. This is mechanical doubling, because any coin can have MD. MD is a strike event. But that's what the legitimate coin is. If you have one, you think you have a 69S double die, if it doesn't look exactly like this, maybe with some differences in the contact marks and the coloring, then you don't have it. Okay? And she found this in pocket change. It's a $25,000 find. But I'm watching these other channels where these folks are putting up crazy coins and saying, you can find this in your pocket change. All right, here's another one, a 69S. This is a non-doubled specimen example. Over here, you get CoinUp's link where he did it. Dustin talked about that very same coin owned by Megan. But some of these coins you see being talked about in some of these channels, there's a lot of hype, a lot of sensationalism. Let me kill this.
Be a really quick.
I wanted that. Oh, darn it. Okay, let me kill a couple of, I got a lot of windows up here. There we go. Let me find my way home, just a moment. We'll probably get some lag here, I bet you. All right, I want to catch up on the chat here real quick. There. You can find these insane valuable coins, but chances are you're not. Don't get sucked into the idea that you're going to make it rich coin roll hunting. I got some other coins here. Fellow's going through a Coinstar machine, right? You got a bag from a Coinstar machine. He went to the store, says, hey, you got a Coinstar? You got coins from that? I'd like a bag of, the pennies. He gives him $50. He pulls this out. Now, this is Brian Barry. He's down in, around Tampa, Clearwater. And he finds a 1914D in one of those bags. Well, I had to have it. He put it up to auction. He sent it for grading. It's genuine. Went to NGC. Okay, that's a really nice one too. This is several $100s. Cointelligence. You see him. I just deleted the window I had open. He found a 1992D with the close AM. Now that's a pretty valuable coin. That'll reach into 3-4 digits easily, especially in the condition he has. There are some of these, but what you're not seeing in all these videos are the 5 million coins other people have gone through, and they got nothing out of it. There's a realistic expectation. You're not going to get these all the time, but they are, here and there. Don't get sucked into the idea that just because you see all these videos with all these fantastic and wonderful coins being found, that you can dip your hand into a water fountain, scoop up, enough coins out of there that is going to pay off your house. That's unrealistic. Let me catch up on the chat here real quick. There's Amanda McCarthy's joined us. We've got David Smock, of course. Shelley H., good to see you, dear. Oh, there's a bunch of people watching. Chelsea Clark, that's a new name. I'm glad to see you. We always get new names in here all the time. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, because if you do like the videos, it'll help YouTube, push it to a little higher up on the list. Yeah, Robert Lawson says, they wouldn't be so valuable if everybody found one. Absolutely. The key factor, if you think your coin is rare, and you have a lot of them, maybe because you have a lot of them, you can assume that they're not so rare after all. Those 1969 S's, what do you got, 3 dozen, maybe 4 dozen worldwide so far? It's crazy. I was watching a video, the guy said, you know, this 1923 Lincoln cent in MS67 red, it's beautiful, good looking coin, no question about it. It says you can find this in your pocket change. No, you can't. That is an unrealistic expectation. There are 2 in existence. Somehow you think you're going to find another one. I've got a roll here of 19, I can't even open this. Where's my toothpick? No, it's not 19, it's 2016. Okay. And how many of these, if you go through this brand new fresh roll, never been touched by human hands, how many of these are going to be MS67 red? Maybe 1, and that'd be a hell of a thing. Let's look at a couple of them just to give you an idea. Home screen. Nope. Scope. There it is. There's a Hong Kong nickel. Here's a 2016 brand new out of the roll, right? And is this going to be MS67 red? I've got spots all over the darn thing. All right. If I go in a little closely, I'm going to find contact marks here on his cheek. Let's see. Let's look around. I mean, these things aren't handled beautifully at the mitt. Over by In on In God We Trust, just above it on the rim, I got a nick in there. Not too bad, but you'll get these. Under T in states, under the D in states, I've got little contact marks. This might, on a good day, oh gosh, look at E pluribus unum. Never been touched before, right? And I wouldn't give it, this MS64 would be about the best you could expect from this. Okay, big mark up here, mark here. These are brand new, out of the roll, never been touched, never been seen, never been licked. Let's look at this one. You get these bag marks. But the notion you're going to be pulling MS67 coins, you know, 1923, here's a mark, marks. The notion you're going to be pulling these out of a pocket change is flawed. Another one here. There's one on his cheek. It's a brand new roll. These are nowhere near MS65 even. I got spots, I've got marks, rinse spots. Is it hype? There's a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of hypes. Look at some of these channels and you'll learn which ones are, you know, sensationalizing the coins and which ones are giving you really good information. I find Blue Ridge Silverhound. I was just looking at him. Where's his? Blue Ridge. One moment here. Here we go. Here's the screen. Here's Blue Ridge Silverhound. He's got good information, great coins. You can watch his stuff, and he's not hyping it up, saying you can find this $10,000 coin in your pocket change. He picked up a roll of $50, and I actually watched it, but I deleted the window and had to reopen it, so it started the video over again. But he picked up a roll of $50, 1964, real good shape. He picked them up for melt, and he's going through talking about these coins, and you know, is this better than what he paid? And he's gonna, you know, you have to watch the whole thing. But he's got a whole lot of videos. He's been around for a while. What's he's got? 50,000 subscribers. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's not, you know, blowing it out of proportion. Gosh, one thing I hate more than anything else is when they blow it out of proportion. Let me find my way home now. Okay, home. There we go. There's home, but I got to find the chat. There we go. What you can find at pocket change, if they're brand new pennies, you got a chance of having some higher grades. It's not going to happen all the time. Really, 1 or 2 would be pretty much what you're going to expect. Here we go. Most of these are going to be MS 63, 64. You'll have a 65 here and there. Above that, it starts getting really tough. Right? You might go through 10 rolls and get one that would qualify as MS 66. You might go through 100 rolls, and maybe one might be 66 or maybe a little better. But finding the ultra rare coins, that's an ultra rare thing, wouldn't you think? The fact that you have 50 of them kind of kills the idea that it's that rare. Now I got a bunch of pennies over here, a bunch of stuff I had picked out earlier, and they've been over here on the table for, I don't know, 6 months. Okay, I just scooped them up. These, I'm not even going to bother going through these. There, those will go right back to the bank. This is what you can expect to find going through, you know, a few $100s in coin raw hunting. You're going to find everything, right? What you got here? That's a piece of Lifesavers, I think. You got your paper clips. Okay, here's one neat. What you got there? Let's look at it close here. It's a nickel, by God, and it's got a sticker on it. A nickel with a sticker. It's a Nickelback Sun State Federal Credit Union.org. Okay, promotional type stuff. What do you got? 1972B. There's no. It's kind of neat. Grab it, pick it out, save it. But whoa, it's gone. There's not a whole lot of value in the nickel here. You'll find some wheat cents. Here's one. We got one right here. And we can take a look at that under the scope. What do we got? I'm going to move this Hong Kong nickel because it's in my way. Let's see. Scope. Here it is. This one's a 1944. Okay, it looks to be kind of shiny. But this coin to me appears to have been cleaned. How do you clean a coin? Oh, you leave it in your pants and throw it in the washing machine. All right, that's gonna reduce the finish. But here you got a lot of pitting on this. All right, yeah, you can find those all the time in your pocket change. No problem at all. That's probably worth 3-4 cents. What else we got? Oh, here's a quarter. Got a bicentennial reverse. Did you pick those out? You know, I see these selling on eBay all the time for anywhere from 30 to 35 cents a piece for circulated condition, which, you know, this one's in decent shape. It's XF, thereabouts. It's not, there's nothing to write home about. Most of your circulated coinage are going to be at least, you know, AU or lower, just because they've been floating around. It's got a pretty solid drum line. Okay, got a big spot up by the sea. All right. So do you keep those? Because, you know, you can make a nickel on it. That's up to you. What's this next one? I got some color in here. If we can see the color. This is bold, brilliant, red, blue, green, all kinds of different colors on it. This is what you can expect to find. Scope. I'm going to move that up a little. Can I do that? Let me play with this real. There you go. I got it. Yeah, that should work. That's hideously discolored. Lincoln says, I found a 1976 S, 40% silver, and a roll of quarters. You can find good stuff. And that's probably a $5 coin. You know, you paid a quarter for it. Here we go. It's 2003. All kinds of color on it. What would do that? Petroleum products would do that. You're pumping gas and you reach in your pocket. You got just a kiss of gas in your finger. And that will leave brilliant colors. Neon. Full rainbows. That's how those happen. Here's a nickel. I don't know what it is. Here's one. Let's look at this quarter here. What do we got? In here under the paper clips. What's going on with that quarter? This is the sort of thing I would, you know, throw off to the side and look at later. What happened here? Ready? It's a 1973. Boy, it's in fine, maybe. Lots of wear on this. Why did I pick it out? Because, oh, dude, it's been screwed up. What's going on here? How many guesses you want? The first thing I would guess is that this would be struck through grease, but boy, this is extreme. I have to look. That rim on this coin is flush. So this has been ground down. There's no, if the rim was solid, then I might have a claim of calling it a filled die, but that's been ground flush. This coin has been damaged. You find that. You're going to find it all the time. The first assumption you should make when you find an oddity like that is assume first that it's damaged. That's damage. And if you think otherwise, prove it. What you got here? Another one. 76D, got a ring of death here going on. All right. That's from a coin crimper. But geez, you know, you put together a roll of these in circulation, you sell it for 30 cents a piece. What is that for a roll? You get 40, 12 bucks for a roll of quarters. That's a lot of work. Okay, sometimes I pick out some of these steak quarters. There's a horse, and one thing to look for is this bit right here coming out of his nose. This is the drooling horse. No, wait, the spittle horse. Spitting horse? Whatever it is. Some of these are kind of interesting. This is just a little gouge on the dime comes out of the horse. That's a spitting horse. Circulated, you're going to have lots and lots of contact marks. Right? It's certainly not MS67 red. Most of your coins that you pull out of pocket change will be very fine to XF. Right? Some AU, some better dates, some better grades. But if you see somebody saying that, hey man, you can find this 1943 steel, you know, in brilliant uncirculated condition in your pocket change, question what he's saying. Is it sensationalist journalism? Gosh, knock it off, will you? Coffee break. Shelly says, hi, Daryl. Oh, Daryl's here? Yep, there he is. And David. David's here. Oh, that's the other David. I think I forgot this scroll. That's a spitting eagle. That's right. On another channel, it'd be the spiting eagle. You can find some better stuff on occasion, right? For every coin you find that's worth a nickel more than face value, you know, you get a bunch of those. Maybe you'll find one's worth a buck or so. What you got here? That's a 2009 quarter, U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah. After I visited, they just call it the U.S. Islands. Hey, Bombasile. Yeah, we're looking at stuff. This is in decent shape, but again, it's all, what is it, 9 years old, and you're starting to see, you know, some circulation marks. You get a little scrub here. You know, you're getting some. They probably took a hit on a concrete floor over there, and you're starting to see just a light trace of wear on here. And these 2009s tend to be a little better protected because they're a little more rare, and by that I mean they only made 250 million. All right, you get a little wear on the bird. I'm going to keep that for a while until I decide, you know, what to do with it. But what can you realistically find? Here we go. We got oh yeah, this is perfect. This is a wheat cent found in circulation. It's been on the table. I got a lot of wear. I got some marks under C and E, for example. What do you suppose the date on that is? I don't have much for berries. Geez, that rim is getting awfully close to being flushed out. This is in good condition. And it's a 1920. Big mark on his head. This, ooh, look at this. This is neat. See this mark going up here? We've talked about this before. It's linear. I'm going to zoom in. We're looking for like the end of a toenail or cuticle. And that's what we got. This is a lamination error. Okay, but it's not a significant one. Doesn't really add to the value of the coin. It's pretty well worn. That's what you're going to find most of the time. It's probably good for a nickel. All right? You put together a bunch of these, yeah, you can sell that roll off for, you know, $2 or $3 for that roll. What's this one back here? Canadians. Oh, these are splendid. I put together rolls of Canadians and I got $6, $7, $8 for a roll of Canadian pennies. Yeah, just like that one. You know, that's worth more than the wheats. Because first, they don't make Canadians anymore. This one's, remember, they're upside down. You got to flip them left or right. They don't make Canadian cents anymore. They've been melting them down and turning them into everything else. So, yeah, that's handy to have. Here's a couple more wheats we found in circulation. Do any of these look like MS67 red? Here's a 1919. Okay, what's this one? 1942. That's about right. You got fine condition, not much better. I got some lines. It's not terrifically screwed up. The 1919, let's look at that. Got plenty of doo-doo on it. I'm going to guess that's some sort of a, I don't know, sugary drink or food or maybe, I don't know, probably, I don't know what that is. Little bit discolored. I mean, circulated coins are just that. They're passed around. They take them out. They've been doing it for years. Throw it in their change jar, throw it in their toolbox, put it on the counter. It gets knocked off. The baby eats it, puts it back out, eats it again. Here's a nickel with what is that? A potato chip? I'll clean the floor later. It's 1964. Yeah, crud on it. Is that a keeper? I don't think this one's gonna be kept. We're gonna look at that. Now, a lot of these people go through these coin rolls and they look for not just the dates. Okay, they're gonna look at look for repunch, mint marks, double dies, varieties, errors. Does that look like anything? That looks like a piece of damage on that. I don't see anything here. How about doubling? No, no doubling. It's just too darn worn. Once you get to below, say, fine condition, picking out die varieties gets real tough. Where's the date? 1964. Wiggity blobs above the Liberty? Maybe, but it's too much damage to really tell. Okay, that one gets, I'll turn that in and get more pennies. Now, Bumbacile, if you're not familiar, that's Sky Smith. So keep your hands and fingers away from his mouth. You'll be fine. Here's an ugly nickel. What do we got here? It's dark. It's discolored. It's a 1996 P. Why is this? Why did this get picked out? Maybe I wanted to show it off because it's just gross overtoning and discoloration. What happened to it? People say, what happened to this coin? It's damaged. It's screwed up. It's stained. There's a trillion coins that the U.S. has produced. A trillion. That's a lot of coins. Right? And every one of them could be damaged in a different way. And still, there'd be an infinite number of ways to screw up a coin. I don't know why this is in my pile, but there it is. Okay, standard. Let's see what else is over here. Here's a wheat. Let's look at these cents. I have a few cents in here. There we go. Let's set these right up. This is the sort of thing you can find. 1953 wheat. Probably very fine condition. Value. A nickel. Okay. You go through enough rolls, you'll pick out a lot of nickels. And we saw that one. You know, a lot of coins that are worth a nickel. You know, you pull 100 of those out, you get one that's worth 50 cents. You pull 100 of those out, you get one that's worth, you know, $5 or $10. What do you got here? 1952D. You got some crud on the top. Unremarkable. Yeah, a nickel. There's another Canadian. You know, $6 a roll. That's 10, 12 cents. What's wrong with this 77? Why would I put this in the pile? Realistically, you can get a box of pennies, and if you know what to look for, because knowledge is everything. Study, keep notes. I keep saying this. Keep notes on what to pick out for each year. And I'm working on a more complete list always. Here you go. Great color in this 89D. If you like toners, there you go. What's the condition on this thing? This is AU at best. This is probably XF plus. I got wear all across his hair, top of his ear, cheek. What do you call this? What do you call this? Mandibular? Terebula? Whatever the heck it is. He's got crud on his terebula. Pork fat. You're darn right. Okay, so to get some wear on the memorial steps. A lot of blistering from the plating. It's a 1989D. It's zinc. Okay. XF, maybe AU. AU on the outside. And that coin is, what are we at? 30 years old? 10, 20, maybe 30 years old. What's this one? 1940. That's got to be an ink stain. That's been cleaned, dipped. Maybe it wasn't cleaned intentionally. Just put it through your wash a few times. Leave it in a fountain, right? Put some bleach in the fountain. Okay, who wants a guess on this one? Just any wild guess as to what's going on in this coin. Yeah, that's why I picked this one out. Okay, let's see. It might be hatchet. Yeah, I'm thinking it might have been a greaser, just a mild greaser, because some of these letters are kind of thin. But really, looking at the damage, you got to look at the whole darn coin. I got chops, circular marks. Dude, this has been abused. This is intentional damage. Probably a 12-year-old with a day off and nothing on TV. Parents took away his freaking phone. He's what? This is damage. I hate 12-year-olds. This is the sort of thing you're going to find. On occasion, you'll find a better one. Oh, let's see. I got a bunch of quarters here. Let's see where we pick these out. What's that? I don't know what that is. We looked at the others. Okay, you keep on going. Persistence will trump luck. It's all about statistics. You go through 100 coins, you find some good stuff. Is that another one? I think that may be another one. It's a spitting horse. If we can get the light right, that's a spit. This is what a spitting horse looks like. Okay, and this, yeah, maybe $1, maybe $2. Where'd that other one go? Here it is. And is that a spitter? That's 2 spitting horses, back to back. Okay, good. Maybe $1 or $2 on each. You go through enough, you'll find a $5 coin. You go through a bunch, you'll find a $10 or $20 coin. And I found coins, in the $50 to $100 range. But most of the stuff I find is worth far less than $1, but still more than face value. Well, you put them together, you sell them off as a roll. What you got here? I bet you that's a claw. There you go. You got the Alaska quarter. I assume they get a lot of these around here. One thing to look at on the Alaska quarter is a die chip in his claw. And they call it an extra claw. There you go. That's what it looks like. That little bit right between his lower 2 claws. I gotta sharpen this. I'll take a cup. Coffee? Coffee. Every time they say coffee, I have to grab my coffee. Oh, I got a new coffee machine. I'm so happy. There you go, right in here. This has been sharpened, so that's probably as good as we're going to get. And these are good for $1. Really good grades, really good condition. Maybe a couple of bucks. I got a lot of just mild, minor contact on this one. Over time, these things will erode just from being handled. There you go. And it's those little tiny marks, they add up on a coin. There's your bear. He looks to be in good shape. Would you call that uncirculated? No, that's AU at best. Now, just because it's gone through circulation doesn't mean it must be AU or worse. You will find some uncirculated coins in circulation, but they're probably going to be, lesser grades. There you go, 2016. I'm going to have contact marks all over the place. You can get brand new ones. Keep the best. You go through a box of brand new pennies, you might find 1 or 2 that are AU or MS66, 67. That's it. It's not common for these to reach the high grades. That's why the high grades are so uncommon. Yeah, that's what I've got. They're giving people the idea that they can find, $1,000 coins left and right. I think that's a bit of a stretch. What's this thing? What's this? Here's a nickel. I think it's a 54. That's been floating around the desk for a while, I bet. Yeah, that's been floating around for a long time. There's a realistic expectation. I went through a bunch the other day. This is stuff I pick and set off to the side. Okay, what can we realistically find easily? These are those double dies I keep telling people about. Let's see if I can get it to focus. That will be the trick, right? There we go. What's the date on that, by the way? It's a gone. It's a 2005. On 2005 model, we'll look at the back. 4, 5, and 6, you'll find these all the time, a lot of them. You find extra metal right alongside the side of the statue. Some of these are going to be easy to see. Some are a little difficult to see. It's a fact that the camera doesn't pick them up well. Let's see if we can see something on here. Now, Coin Dragon, you in here? There he is. The cave is exceedingly hot today. Turn on the AC, baby. Okay, a little extra metal over here on the right of the statue. That's all it is. He collects these things. He gathers them up. He's pretty rigorous with what he does with those rolls. And he picks up a roll of these out of every 2, 3, 4 boxes that he goes through. And he sells them off for 20 bucks a piece. Not per coin, per roll. There you go. What do we see here? I don't see anything here. All right. It may be there. You can pick up stuff with your eyeball the camera will never pick up. But these are the Class 8s, Class 9s. There you go. Great one here. Hard to mistake. Look over here on the left of his knee. That's what we're talking about. That extra metal right there. That is a double die. It's a tilted hub doubling is the cause of this. Yeah, you get some money out of those. You pull at your wheats. They're good for 4 cents. You skip all these. Geez, that's where the money is, really. Oh, it takes too long. Well, you know, you get what you pay for. I can't tell if I get anything here or not. I better look at other stuff. What's this doing? I don't know what that's doing here. But there's probably a dozen just from this box. You go through 4 or 5 boxes, you can put together all these. This one's bold. Can you pick that one out to the right of Lincoln's knee? Over here, that's what you're looking for. And one of these is worth, you know, 20, 30, 40 cents, even with the spots. Because people want to put together all of the, you know, the whole darn set. What's the date on that? 2001. Good. 4, 5, and 6 are most common. What do we got on here? I think it might be the same one we just looked at. I don't know what the heck the problem is on this. What are we at here? 2005. See anything else going on? I don't know. There it is. These die varieties, yeah, they're not particularly rare, but they're not particularly common either. You can put together a group of these, and you can get 20 bucks for a roll, right? You put together a roll of wheats, it's going to take you probably more work to find them. Because you got to go through, I mean, for a roll of wheats, you got to go through 5, 6 boxes of pennies. And you'll get $2 to $3 for it. You like the class? Gosh, there's a whole to-do about Class 8 versus Class 9 at Lincoln Central Coins. I'm sure there are. You can find them. You'll find lots of them, but you got to be looking. You got to know what to look for. You can find those double dies. There's a bunch of these all around the desk, I'm sure. Let me, I haven't torn up my area here in a while. There we go. Usually I used to do these pretty regularly, just have stuff scattered everywhere. Oh, let's see. What do you got here? 1960D small dates. How about this one? It's marked DDR question mark. I don't know. What do you think? I say stuff I don't even know what it is. Save it, look at it later, because you're going to gain experience, right, over time. That looks like MD to me. Now, I would call the S damage. I'm not feeling the love on a double die on this. But if you question what you have, well, pick it out, save it, set it aside. I want to look at that eyelid for a little extra here. Oh, what's in here? Let's find some good stuff. Okay. All right, these are good. I kept these because it's got a funny little die chip And I wanted to look at these a little more. Coming off the bottom of the 1. Okay, now is that worth saving? Yeah, it's up to you, baby. Save it, don't save it, I don't care. I keep them. All right, over here, we've got the same darn thing all over again on the bottom of the 1. That's in plastic, so it's really not showing up well. And another one still. All right, all the same. It's a die variety, and it's just a little tiny die chip right at the bottom of the 1. That I keep. Let's see if I get anything that's actually marked here. Lambs. (1955S) DDO number 1. Okay. For the DDO, I want to see a big mark in the back of his head, which I got right there. 1955S double die number 1. Let's look at his eye, and we should see an extra eyelid in here. There, right northeast of the eyeball. Right up there. Is that the pointiest point I can make? You're not lagging? Glad to hear. Close some windows on your lagging, Ken. Nope, nothing's loading up here. I have 0 drop frames. The problem is in your set. There we go. That's a good point now. I get a little extra metal right up here sticking up. Let's see if I can put some shadow on that. And you see an extra eyelid. That's all it is. And that's a $10 coin. You can find them. It takes a lot of work. It's all about persistence, right? You can find these bigger dollar coins on occasion, you know, $40, $50, $100. You'll find them on occasion if you're persistent and stick with it. But the idea that you're going to see, you know, these insanely valuable things all the time, that's a myth. And I think it's wrong to promote that as an idea. On occasion, yes, you just might. You might get one tomorrow. We've had several people in the coin up group. Once or twice a year will come up and they found a coin that's worth $1,000 or more. That's wonderful, but you got 8,700 people involved in there, and they're going through rolls every single week. And you got 3 good finds. One was superior. That's the the Megan Green coin. Let's run over to that screen. Here you go. This is a superior find, right? Here's the pictures of it close up. 1969S double die, where you have the splits, where you have, you know, letter upon letter. That's what a double die looks like. It looks like a, you know, you get the Olympic rings, a D beside a D, 2 N's, right? If you got that in your coin, you got something. If all you have is MD, well, keep looking. One of these coins would be a delight to find. It really would. But to give people the idea that you're going to find these all the time is a disservice. I use coin roll hunting as a hobby. I can pick up some neat stuff. I keep them over here in sacks. I mean, I got sacks and sacks of them. Yeah, that's a $20,000 coin, right? How many people here have found a coin worth more than 100? Coin roll hunting. I've gotten close, but I don't think I've broken the $100 mark yet. Anybody? We got 31 people watching. How many people have hit the $50 mark? I've found several coins, you know, 50 to 75, 80 bucks. How many people have found coins worth over 10 bucks? Most people here would be able to raise their hand, right? Coins worth a nickel or more over face value. Everybody can raise their hands, and you'll probably do it in the next couple of rolls. AJ found maybe $20. Well, it's not too bad. That's a nice little perk. That's what the hobby's about. We go through coin rolls and we find stuff that's worth more than face value, and we set them aside. We can sell them off as a bunch, right? And you can pick up some extra dollars there, but you're not gonna be paying your mortgage on a regular basis. It's just not consistent enough. Boy, I do sure hope you find some really pricey ones. May in God we rust quarter. Yeah, that's a filled die. Let's see if I don't have one yet. Let me find the scope. There it is. Okay, I'm zoomed in a little bit much here. It's a grease-filled die where some doo-doo. These things move. I mean, they stamp out 10 coins a second. They put a lot of grease on these things, and it gets around. Uh, but some of that grease gets in the die and fills that little mark on the T, and it's just flat field. And in God we rust. They're popular. You get a lot of those in the state quarters. Fritz Bender's here. Then I brought complete sets of Roosevelts from 46 to 85. Almost had all blue gunk on them because of the PVC. Sorry to hear it, man. Get the right holders for your coins. I've got these. Where are they? I'm sure I got a bunch of them right here. There you go. I got the unplasticized vinyl. And for anything more than a year or so, you can get the cheap ones. Here we go. That's a cheap one. To the BCW. Where is it? That's a BCW holder. Right? If you're going to hold something for a year or less, these will get you by. These are soft, they're flexible, they're expensive. These are probably, $5.95 for 100 plus shipping. That's what we're talking about, the plasticizers. Makes them soft. That one, they're stiff. There's a big difference in these. These guys, $8 a hundred versus $6 a hundred. You leave it in there for 2 years, you can throw this one away. Your coins in here are still going to be good. Is it worth the $2? Absolutely. Stop buying these. If you stop buying them, they'll stop making them, and the whole hobby will be better off. Vote with your dollars. But if you need those, you'll see them. They're right below here somewhere. $8 a hundred, $3 shipping. Let's catch up in home. 2000 wide AM, says Bill 457. Absolutely, they're good for $5 most of the time, right? You got 1960 plain, no mint mark, small date. In circulated grade, they're good for $1, right? I love my double die number 13. Which one you got, SJ? SJ's here. Where's my red die? I got to do my hair. Not Kevin Bacon. It's Ken Bacon. This is a shirt I got from Paula. I think she's in California she's surfing or something. There we go. Yeah, people send me stuff. I like to show them off, no matter what it is. CJ does this thing. Now CJ's got an article he wrote. I got to get it posted. It's about seated dimes. He's doing a guest blog. Here's Mantic. I like to promote people's stuff here. Because, geez, isn't it a whole bunch of us making this happen? Here's Tim Rathjen. Here's, oh, that's me. Here's Lemon. Lemon, I need another sticker. There. You were the man. Listen to this guy. You're welcome, Amanda. My penny. SJ, my penny. There's a double die number 13. A 72, perhaps? SJ says, watch my video, Ken. I'll get over there and take care of that immediately. I will. I like to watch SJ's video. She's pretty down to earth. She doesn't hype it. This coin, you can find this in your pocket change, and it's worth $50,000. Hell no! Well, it might be worth $50,000, but you're going to find it in your pocket change. Okay, you might find it in your pocket change, and it might be worth $50,000. And so far, 2 have been found in 50 years. What's this one? This one is worth 25 cents, and you can find it in your pocket change. Okay, that one might be worth $1. All right. That's Zen voice. I don't have a radio voice. I wouldn't even make a good broadcaster on a golf show. Can I see what Paula sent you? Look, I got Body by Bacon. Got a shirt. People send me shirts. I wear them on the air. We got this thing. See the periodic table? Yeah, you got boron, cobalt, nitrogen. We got some stuff for the big show. She sent a pile of stuff again. I think I might just hold on to this for a while. It's a Hong Kong nickel. 5 cents, Hong Kong. No collection is complete without a Hong Kong nickel in it. Here's Lizzie. She's upside down. Yep. I'm just going to have a show. We're just going to show off Hong Kong nickels. Kind of a neat thing. If you need supplies like flips, scales, loops, boxes, contact. Oh, that's me. Good, you can say that. We aren't mentioning names. Are you referring to cloud collectible? You'll look. You get on these shows and you'll know who's giving you good information and who's sensationalizing it. Is it a service to the community to sensationalize it? Perhaps not, I would say. Realistic expectations are out there. You can get a box of pennies, and yeah, you can find $10 to $50 in value in there most of the time. Seriously, you can do that. But you got to pay attention. You can't just pick out the dates. If all you're doing is picking out the wheat pennies, there you go. If all you're doing is picking out some wheat pennies out of a box of pennies, you're missing the value. You might get, say, my average is 10 to 12 wheats out of a box. You figure they're good for 4 cents a piece, $2 a roll. You're talking 40 cents, 50 cents out of that box. All right. I find a couple of these double die reverses. That's worth as much or more as all the wheats. You find a wham in 10 boxes, it's worth probably as much or more as all the wheats in all those boxes. You know, get into the die varieties and you'll find that's where the value is. It's not in these, wheats. It's not in the silver. Mantic, his show goes through and finds die varieties on $half, and that's where the money is, right? He pulls out a $half. It's a 40%er. Great, you got $2 or $3 in your pocket. You got a die variety, you got $5 or $10 in your pocket. But there's realistic expectations on what you can find. The higher the price of the coin, the more rare it is, which is why it has that high price. You get a coin worth $1,000, yeah, it's pretty darn rare. You get a coin worth $25,000, that is through the roof rare. You get one in a billion coins or some huge outrageous number. You got to go through a lot to get those rare coins. But thinking that you're going to scoop them up by the handful is deceptive. Get real with what you can expect. You can make money, right? I can probably pull $50 a month out of this stuff. That's enough to pay my cell phone bill. But I killed my cell phone because I don't have reception out. It would pay for the gas in my truck. A lot of people, they drive a pretty considerable distance to work every day. Maybe a week or two's worth of gas for your truck. That's what you can pull out of, full-time coin wall hunting, just pennies. Sometimes you get a little more. Sometimes you get a nice little boost. My biggest find, probably $80. I'm out of here. Okay, Bumsile, you stay groovy out there. Oh, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe and do all that stuff. I'm on a big push to get more subscribers so we can get more counts and more people and more word out. Yeah. But what can you honestly find? You can find these all day long. And you make a nickel in each one. I see these bicentennial quarters sell on eBay, by the roll, for $12, $13. By the roll. Circulated. Nothing fancy about them. This coin. There you go. 30 cents. Well, it costs you a quarter. So is that a good return on investment? That's a 20% return on investment. That's not bad. If you put your money in the bank and left it there for a year, they'll give you a 1%. All right, here, if it takes you a year to put together a roll and you made a couple of bucks on it, you make as much on these as you do on a roll of wheats. Seriously. And there's a bunch of those out there. Please hit that like button. Yep. The 76 bicentennials, they're plentiful. Some people like to keep them because they are, well, first off, what are they, 25, 30, 40 years old and then some, 42 years old. What year is this? What happened to the 80s? I don't remember that part. Oh, I come out of college. 40% silver ones. Oh, yeah, by all means, check the sides. Weigh them up. Right? There are neat errors out there. There are 1971 $half that are 40%ers, right? You find these proof coins in circulation. Don't forget to check those. for you know, especially the dimes, nickels, or dimes, quarters, and halves. Don't forget to check those for silver. Just because approved doesn't mean it's clad. They started making stuff later, you know, 92 and afterwards in 90%. I was born in the 80s. I was born to die. What you gonna do? I see people all the time, they pull up photos of coins and they've got this expectation, hey man, this is a 1943 copper. Well, no, it's not. It's maybe, if I can read it right, it says 48, but it's so badly damaged. You know, it could be 49, could be 46, could be 45, but you got this big, you know, hole right after the fourth digit, and you assume that it's the 1943 copper. Are they watching too many of these sensational shows? Anyone needs a complete set of wheats, contact Lincoln Central Coins, and I will personally vouch for at least one of those 1909 SVDBs that he has. Can we? Should we open our mint sets? Found some coins are blue. Yes and no. Let me look around. I got stuff here. Where'd that one go I had? Well, I don't know where. I know where it went. I had a bunch of stuff up there. Okay, I'll just pull this one. What do we got? Here's the 2010 screen home. There we go. Here's a 2010 proof set, silver. Real nice. Don't forget to go through your proof sets, right? Because if you're looking for dyed varieties, you can find them on occasion in these proof sets. What do we got? Let's have a look. Here we got the you got the state quarters, right? And these are 90% silver. Now you got to make sure the background's the right color when it's like that. If they're individual, you got a chance. Here you go. Here's the big five: penny, nickel, dime, quarter, penny, nickel, dime, half, and dollar. And here's the $4. Okay. Don't forget to check these out. Stuff you're checking for. Screen. No. Scope. There. Okay. If we can get in here and see. You want to check for edge lettering on these dollars. This is really, really hard to do. But you can do it by, you know, with a loop in your hand. Doing it on video, boy, that's going to be tough. Because these are in holders and it's hard to see the edges on those coins. I'm afraid I just can't show it. But you've got missing letters on the dollars, right? Don't forget to check all your other coins. Your half dollars, look for doubling. Always check those mint marks. Now, after 1989, you can skip the RPMs. But watch Mantis show. He'll tell you what to hunt for, you know, as far as doubling, cracks, chips, proof coins. A lot of times you can find strike-through errors. Yeah, they polish the dies, they polish the planchets, but every now and then you got a person operating the machine, a speck of something gets in, and you get some pretty nice struck-through errors on these proofs. There we go. Have a look. Here's Sacagawea doing her thing. Okay, she got a spot developing on her. That's still in the original holder too, right? Don't forget to check these. Hunt them down. Check everything. But don't get your hopes up that, hey, that's automatically, I'm sure that's a $10,000 coin. Chances are it isn't. Chances are if you find something that's worth, you know, $1 to $10, if it's in proof or brilliant uncirculated condition, perhaps $20 to $50. But the notion that you can scoop them up by the hundreds and by the droves and every other coin is, you know, is this thing and it's worth $50,000. No, it's not. They are few and far between. Bill starting to fight? Shelly? I'm at the cellophane sets. Stay right there. Where's that stuff I got? I got some great stuff. Okay, here's one. This is This is wonderful. Here's a cellophane mint set. There's a penny from it. We're going to pull that out. I don't know if you can see the color here. This is a 2005 penny. Right? Still in the original mint set. See the discoloration here? Let's have a look at this going under the scope. That's kind of neat. Let's see if we can find it. There you go. And we got these big lines through it. That is a result of the crimping machine on the cellophane. The coin will spin on occasion, but the roller that crimps these went over the coin right up here. Now you should have this solid crimping all the way around, but it crimped the penny. Well, it's post-mint damage because it occurred, but it happened at the mint, so I kept that one around. But I've got another couple of them here, if I can ever find them. I really have no organization for storing all these die varieties. And I want to show you this because there's a couple of double dies on these 2005. Bingo! Hello. Here we go. It's a 2005 Satin. All right, still in the mint packaging. And let's go in and take a look at this. You've got a doubled die on the 2005 in the. Well, that's okay. Just look at where I'm pointing to at the very end. Over there on the right side, you get a little extra metal. That's a Class 8 double die. Still in the mint packaging. Yes, you can find die varieties in the mint packaging. So don't forget to go through them. Now, most of these mint sets, and you'll see they get the blue stripe or the red stripe. Most of these mint sets are business strikes. From 2005 to 2010, they are satin. They're a special. They're special. The planches. Excuse me. The planches were burnished. The dies were specially prepared, and so these are a satin finish, and they're different. And yeah, you get a little one right over there. This is probably a $10 to $20 coin. Right in there. Now I like to pick these things up, go through, and that is WDDR. So Wexler double die reverse, number 37. Konica listed as number 12. Crawford listed as number 23. And there are 4 of these double die reverses for 2005. And these are the only double die reverses you have that are known on Satin Sense. There's another one. Same darn thing. Now I've got 2 of the 4 that are known. And there it is, right there in the lower right. Right in there. That's all it is. Pretty unexciting. But yeah, you'll find them. Is Ken dropping the kids off at the pool or what? I sold them things off years ago. Been a whole lot happier. Place is cleaner. Nothing sticky. We don't have to worry about the cabbage smell. There you go. What's this? This isn't my writing. I don't know where this came from. Okay, it says WRPM. Okay, that's a repunched mint mark, and it's not my writing, and I don't know anything about it. These repunched mint marks, yes, you can find these in circulation. You won't find them after 1989, right? Because starting in 1990, they were added at the hub, but they were not repunched. The mint marks were not punched into the die. But do you find these? Yes, they're worth anywhere from $1 or $2 to 10 or 20 for more extreme specimens. But there are people, plenty of them, that are collecting repunched mint marks. They're collecting double die reverses, double die reverses. Nobody has yet assembled a complete set of double dies. And you could be the first. How do you determine the class? I got to do a show on that. The way the die is doubled, right? The hub comes in. It can spin. It can rotate, right? It can roll off to one side. It can shift. Right, so there's no rotation. You can be angled in. That determines the class. Wexler's got a great article on it. Go to doubledie.com. Wexler's got a good article on, the classes of double dyes. And he could just read it. It's rather involved on the mechanisms and processes that are involved in producing each particular style of double dye. You got all the Satins except 2008? Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. I had one, but Hoogie snapped it up. What happened to Ken? Did he fall into the toilet or something? Am I not live? I have no drop frames. We're just going to say that, Ken. Okay, I guess I am live still. Now, John Wexler has a good article on it. Yep. Okay, that's what I want to do. I got to watching some of these other videos, and it just seems like there are several channels out there who are promoting this stuff sensationally, and I think it's wrong to give people the wrong impression. Yes, you can find good stuff, no question about it. Where'd that go? You got that double dye, the 1969S Megan Green found, and that's what they found another one last year. You got something like this that came out of a bag from a Coinstar machine, right? 1914D, in pretty darn good shape. Out of a Coinstar. People don't know what they have. They drop, Grandpa dies, they drop it in a Coinstar machine. That's how the stuff gets out there, right? Top end grades, you can find MS65s and 6s in, new rolls. But the notion you're going to find MS67 in circulation, that goes by the wayside after 1 or 2 days of jingling somebody's pockets. Baby, just forget it. Can you find $1,000 coins? You sure can. You're not going to do it all the time. You're not going to have a pile of them. I had one fellow send me a letter. Dude, I found 17 of these 1969S double dyes. I'll keep them in a bag. First, you didn't find 17 of them. Second, you might have found one, but we'd have to go through all 17 first to take a look. Chances are it's MD. But if you did find 17 1969S double dyes, what would happen to the price? It would not sustain itself at $25,000 in AU55. You'd be adding a whole lot to the supply aspect, and it's all about supply and demand. They're valuable because they're rare. And if you all of a sudden show up and you say, look, I got a whole roll, proved it, of 1969S double dyes, right, in mint state, that value just went to $1,000 a coin. Because now instead of having 20 or 30 specimens known, you found the mother lode, but geez, you killed it. You threw so much on the market all at once, forget it. That's what 50 pennies can do, is take the value of rare ones, and, well, now it's not so rare. I found a 64D RPM yesterday. They're still out there. Oh, absolutely they are out there. You can find RPMs. You can find double dyes. It will be tough. It'll be few and far between finding these 55 double dyes, finding 69S double dyes. I've found 2 1972 double dyes. Not number 1. I got a number 3 and a number 5. And they're out there, and they're probably good for $5, $10, $20. Right? I find several, 2015s. I got a 2011 here somewhere. God, finding that's going to be a trick. What do we got here? Here's a Clash. What's this? CCC 1DO. There you go. I go through BU rolls a lot, and you can find stuff like this. Copper Coins lists this one as 1DO001. And can you make out what we're looking at here? Look right under his eyeball, right under his eyelid. You have a secondary eyelid. This is a double dye. It's a 1946. Yes, it's in wonderful shape. Let's get a look at the coin here. All right, and you can find these. It's in splendid condition. All right, 64 probably. I got a bit of a mark over here on the side, kind of a rub. There's a few little minor blemishes. It's not quite MS65, but it's pretty darn good. There's a little, I don't know what that is. I'd have to zoom in and look. All right, all by itself, it's probably, you know, an $8 or $10 coin. But when you have the double die, and it's pretty strong on the eyelid, what are you talking? 15, 20 bucks? You get a couple of contact marks there in his chin. Yeah, it's not 65. You got a pretty good slice on his cheek. All right, what's that spot on his head? I don't know, man. There you go. They show up. You can find these things. These smaller value coins, you'll find a lot of them. You know, if you look long enough and hard enough, you'll find plenty. Those, ooh, it's gone. I can't get it. I dropped it again. I suck at this. I'm going back to the circus. That's all there is to it. You know, the common stuff, that's easy to find. And it's great practice when you get to the uncommon stuff. You'll be able to pick out the uncommon stuff. What's this penny? I don't know what this one is. That's a 19. Whose handwriting is this? Does anybody know? Whose handwriting is that? Dude, I don't know where this came from. Let's look. Scope. It says WRPM number 8. 1950. Oh, we saw that one. Never mind. Yeah, we look at them enough times, it'll seem like a new one after a while. All right, what you got here? There's that big fat lamb. It's a 1925 S with a pretty major lamination error across the whole damn thing. These are neat. This is the kind of stuff you can find going through rolls, right? Finding laminations after 1963 is kind of a tough thing because they took out the tin. Right? That's okay. You can still find laminations on nickels. You can still find them to this day on nickels, right? Because they're an alloy. Big lamination. Whoever wrote on that 2x2 has terrible handwriting. I'm glad. See, I didn't put that in my own 2x2 because I can't read it. Dude, this is what mine looks like. Oh, you can't see that. This is what mine looks like. Can you read that okay? Oh, here's a neat one. This is supposed to go to Jody Gomez. I have several of these. Going through a roll of, what's the date here? 1951 S's. And I picked out several of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not a double die. What's going on here? Let me show you. This is a neat one. This is a different category. What is going on? There's great shape. All right, nice pretty BU roll. Okay, but I've got an anomaly. I'm looking at this thinking, that's not a double die. It's got nothing in common with a double die. It doesn't have, well, doubling first off, right? But they're all the same. What are we looking at? I've got this mark over here on the inside of the wheat. Can you see it with my pointy stick? Right on the inside of the wheat. But it's vertical. It's not consistent with doubling. Then I got this bit over here, right inside the rim. And on every single one of them, I've got this bit on the edge. What is going on here? Ken is taking a powder, I guess. Hi, Ken. When was the last time you heard of 1970S WDDO 001 being found? Probably just now, Chris. Congratulations. I'm sure it's a nice one. Is that the large date or small date? Okay, so get back to where I was. This is not a double die, but every one of these coins, all 8 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I sent one out. Everyone has the same exact mark. Well, in the later 50s, the Mint experimented with an braiding tool, to resurface their dies. Is these marks here and here, are these the result of an earlier attempt at using some sort of braiding tool in retooling their dies? Because you do find some polishing marks here and there. All right. Well, the Mint's going to do their thing. Of course, they want to step up to the next level, keep up with modern technology. They're going to do some experimenting. Let's have another look at another one. Here's the same issue on another. Here's two of them. We just looked at the one on the left. There you go. There's the one on the right. Brilliant, uncirculated, fancy, pretty. Here's the first one we just saw, and you can see the marks right there on the inside of the wheat and the inside of the rim. Here's another one, inside of the wheat, inside of the rim. They're identical. So it's a die variety and an alteration, change the design on the die just a little bit. It's a design variety, but it's not a double die. It's not a die chip. It's not a die break. What the heck is it? And the best we can come up with, it is the result of an abrading tool. Let me try to sort this out. What's this one? 55D, struck through reverse. Let me see what's going on there. Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be a struck through reverse. All right. There's all sorts of things to find, and yeah, that's probably a $5 to $10 coin, right? You'll find those all the time, all the time. This one, what the heck was that one? The lamination, you know, so a lamination this pronounced, that's probably $10 to $20 on that one, even in the grade it's in. It's a bit worn. There you go. You can see the whole darn thing here. That just jumps out at you. 1925 Buffalo, about good, right? Oh, 1925 something, S, great. And again, these massive laminations. That's the sort of stuff you'll find. It's probably a $20 coin or something. But to get the idea that you're going to find a $50,000 coin every day, every time you look at something. I lost a holder. Well, that's when the nickel belongs in that one. I'll put this over here. You can find valuable coins. You're likely to find low value coins. You'll find those a lot. The rare ones, they're rare because there aren't that many. And if there aren't that many, you're not going to find them. Not very often. What's that? Right into, yeah, that goes in here. So I got to figure out what's going on with that abrasion tool thing. That's the sort of thing we got going on here. That's nothing to me. Shelly taking off. We'll see you later. I like to fill that dance skill with woodies. Yeah, they look great when they're full of woodies. We've got a few in the other day. Ooh, that reminds me, we got a dance skill. We're going to be giving it away tomorrow, 9:30. I'll probably open the doors at 9 o'clock for pre-registration. But we'll have a Friday night madness show, and we're going to have Coin Jeopardy. Get ready for it. We'll split into teams. Everybody answers questions. You know, the winning team goes on a sudden death, and then it's no holds barred. And we'll give it away. I just keep a dance go. I keep giving them away. Yeah, Lincoln also sent another dance go, so we'll have Coin Jeopardy Part 2 and give away a second dance go album. But we have a number of coins we're adding in. And if you'd like to add more coins, you can always send cash right here because we are starting that giveaway tomorrow. Silver is at 16.57. Yep, woody porn. It's out there, man. You'll find more valuable coins just by sticking with it, right? You go through a lot of coins, you're going to find something eventually. You go a few coins, you might not find anything, but the idea that you're going to find these truly exceptional rarities, that's not expected. They are rare for a reason. I see people all the time talking about those 1982D small date copper. So far in 46 years, 36 years? 90, 2000, teens, 30, yeah, 36 years. One example has been found. One. But 20 times a week, right, people ask me, is this a 1982D small date copper? No, that's a 1971 circulated with a hole in it. They keep looking. They're not sure what they're looking for, but one has been found. Are you wasting your time looking for that? Because really, if you look for these double dives, you will find these. I guarantee you'll find these minor double dive reverses. You'll find your stats of them. You'll fill up sacks with these. That's a sure thing. Man, maybe it's only worth 20, 30, 40 cents. That's a sure thing. And people go looking for that, you know, that golden fleece. That it's going to be, oh, I know I'm going to find it. I know I'm going to find it. Are you tripping over your dollars, you know, trying to find something that may be unattainable? Get a scale. There you go. What you got here? It's a 2018 with spots. Yeah. So people be looking for those things. Be more realistic. Those double dives, you're going to find those. You go through a sack of wheats, you're going to find RPMs. You're going to find, you know, double dives. You'll find that stuff. Laminations, woodies. You'll find that stuff. But if you spend your whole life trying to find that which is unattainable, boy, that's just a whole lot of time that could be spent, you know, more effectively. Looking for the end of a double rainbow. That's what they're doing. And I don't want to, you know, hold that out as really being practical. Rhodium's at $22.50. Man, what's that uranium I got under the house worth? Got it from these Libyan people. What's in this box? Here's another box. Nothing. I don't know why I have this box. There's nothing in this box. I've gone through this box and picked everything out. What's this supposed to be? 1995 DDR. Yeah, you find it. Get that out of here. Oh, here they are. Here's some of those proof sets, mint sets I was looking for. You got them, these old mint sets. There you go, 1986. Let's put it over here. Home, 1986 mint set, uncirculated, P&D mint marks. These are the mint sets in the cello. Here we go. This is the cellophane. All right, the P is blue, and the red is Denver. Don't forget to check these for die varieties, scope. And yeah, you can still get in there and look. Let me get this card out of the way. That's not it. There it is. And we'll go in close here. And you can find some neat stuff in here. Proof sets, same thing. Victor Cruz was going through, what did he find? A 1990 no S proof set, right? It's a proof set, but there's no S like on the I don't know, one of them things. All by itself, that's like a $300 bill. And he found one. Found one at a flea market or a coin shop somewhere, right? Doesn't have a mint mark. Big find. I'm glad for him, man. Flea market coin hunters. He's got a channel. You'll see him. I see my name in orange. Let's see if I can get up to it. Lincoln says, the coins that confuses me are the most are the ones with super thick letters. Let me explain that. Ooh. This is perfect. I got the Play-Doh out. Let me move this. I'll move that right up here. Okay, here's one for Play-Doh. Play-Doh. There. Any reason to play with a Play-Doh is good enough. But yeah, check those. You don't have to take the coins out of the package. You can leave them right in and check for stuff that way. But yeah, there are die varieties in those coins because they are right out of circulation. What do you like, green? Are you colorblind? This is so hard. Okay, how do you get super thick letters? That's what we'll ask. Let's ask ourselves, where do super thick letters come from? Well, got it. And pick up all the little bits. Okay, this is important. Pay attention. We'll do a, what's your favorite letter, Lincoln? L? Okay. We'll make a snake. Okay, watch the way this works. Here's your L. All right, now the way these letters are, okay, when they engrave them into the die, they have to engrave these things by hand into the galvano. Now they use a lot of laser stuff, but they're not straight-sided, okay? The sides are not straight because the die is going to go in, stomp on your coin, and it wants to let go. If the sides are straight, the die would come in, stomp your coin, and then hold on to it. So you're going to find the sides on these coins are sloped, right? This is a more accurate representation of what's going on. They're sloped. Here we go. Now watch this, it's important. I'm going to slice that. See the sloped sides? Flat bottom, sloped sides. So that the die comes in, punches the L, and when it pulls up, it leaves the coin behind, right? If those are straight sides, how do we make a cube? There you go. If those are straight sides, like this, the die wouldn't be, the coin would, you know, have a preponderance to stick. It's got to, they make it slope sides for a reason, so that, you know, it makes it easier. But what if you then, let's find my stick. There you go. So on the die, this section out here would be, you know, the field of the coin, but it's going to be the highest point on the die. Whereas this over here, that'll be the highest point on the coin and the deepest point on the die. What if I re-polish this thing, right? If I polish this die because I got, you know, a clash mark or maybe a bit of debris got in there, I have a contact mark. What's that going to do for this letter? This piece goes here, and I tilt it up and I see a high point. All right, I'm going to start polishing. It's going to come up over here. It's going to change the way my coin works. Let me see what I'm trying to think here. It goes down, yep. I'm polishing it from the bottom. I've lost my train of thought. Okay, I'm polishing from the bottom. Oh, that's what happens. A lot of times you're going to be taking off a bit of metal at the bottom of the devices because that's going to be the highest point on the die, right? So I'm going to end up with thinner letters, right? If I polish it some more, I'm going to have a still thinner letter, because if you go back earlier, that's how it was before, you know, 2 polishings ago. So that gives me a thinner letter. But what if the die is wearing out? Okay, now I'm starting to, I'm not polishing the die, I'm just putting a lot of coins through there. Well, it's going to be wearing out the die, and as the die wears out, that gap, which makes the letter, is kind of getting wider and wider and wider because the metal on the die is wearing and leaving a space on the die. I keep stamping it. It gets wider and wider and wider. Is this making sense? Right? So after a while I stop can see here, my die is deteriorated to such a point that I've got a big, fat, wide letter. Are we starting to make sense? So I'm going to polish it. Take off the bottom, which would be the top of the die. That's what's going on with the wide letters and narrow letters. If it's been over polished, your letters and devices will be thinner, at the level of the field. If it's a worn die, it tends to be a result of the die just being abraded by its metal-to-metal contact. Let me catch up a bit over here. Oh, Timmy showed up. Dirt says, I'm taking notes, sir. Good to see you. Blues afternoon. God, I've been on for an hour and a half. I just meant to get on and rave for a few minutes. This Ginger. Good to see you, dear. Corn Dragon says, sometimes the devices get polished right off altogether. Absolutely. Get the no FG. I found one just the other day. Let me see if I can find that. Just bear with me. This might be it. There you go. Let's put that under here. Scope. Is that it? That's not it. How about this one? 69D. That's a big year for it. Yeah, there we go. If you polish too much, you remove the details altogether. And 1969D with no FG, it's got some crud on there. Okay, that's a light FG, but also you see it up here at the 2 points where the cornice meets the roof. So this is not it either. Okay, keep going. Look at this one. Oh, God, I knew I had one. There you go. All right, so here, same thing, another 1969D. You got no FG here. The little lines between the cornice and the roof, they're gone. On the other side, it's gone. I've got a floating roof. I don't want to get Play-Doh on these coins. That's a floating roof. Huh? If you polish a die, the letters tend to get narrower because they're on a slope, right? That's the L, and they're not vertical sided. Okay, so if you polish the die, that's going to be the widest part, and it's going to get narrower. If the letters are wearing, right, it's going to be wearing the die, and that gap in the die is going to be wearing. So sometimes you get devices that will disappear altogether. FG, it's little. Right, here it is. It's little. Doesn't take a whole lot for somebody with a little extra zeal, looking for maybe a promotion or an extra day off, or maybe just wants to get off early that day, to put that polishing wheel, on. He's going to plug it into the 210 port instead of grinding it. He's going taking off big pieces of metal, and that's what you get. No FG floating roof. Oh, it's the hover roof. You get a hover cat. That's right. Found a 1920 Wheatie coin roll hunting last week. Well, God love you, Ginger. You can find stuff. The longer you search, the more valuable coins you'll tend to find. That's statistics working in your favor, right? And you'll get, most of the coins you're going to find coin roll hunting are $1 to $5, right? You hunt long enough, you'll find bigger ones, $20, $30. You keep on going, you'll find some, once in a while, a really nice one, a 1988 with a reverse of 89. You'll find lambs, you'll find RPMs, you'll find some nice double dies. And they're good for 30, 40, 50 bucks, maybe $100. With my other, I'll just stick it in there. But the big ones, the big dollar coins, $1,000 and up, they're few and far between. You hear about them a lot because it makes good copy. It makes, it makes an exciting show. Ginger says, I found 2 locations that do not seem to be searched. Just hope my knowledge is good enough. You'll get there. Activity. is the key, right? You stay active. The more you do, the more you understand. You'll be able to identify this one's damaged, you know, instead of, ooh, what's this? You can sort the damaged ones out. You can pick out, ooh, I know that there's something about that date. I don't know what it is, but I want to set that aside because there's something about, you know, 1994 pennies. What is it? What is it? And you keep your notes. You set these coins aside, you'll get to them, especially as you keep building your notes. Oh, 1994 has a double die reverse, right, where it has extra columns over here in bays 8, 9, and 10. Then you can go back and take a look at that stuff. The more you know, the more stuff you find. Activity is the key. As you stay active, luck becomes less necessary. Look at green fingernails. Luck is less necessary because statistics will start to take over. And you've got to go through thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of coins for statistics to become the dominant factor. And then, yes, it's all a matter of numbers. I got some new varieties. Outstanding, Mike. Albert Pike. Don't know the name. I've been out on the railroad having these. You got to grease the tracks first. That way you got more time to put more pennies down. Ginger says, I'm currently starting my index card system like you showed me on video. Where's that going? There you go. This is what Ginger is talking about, right? Now, if you don't have index cards because you got to pay for those, scrap paper works. You can take a piece of 8.5 by 11, a sheet of paper. This was, what was this? Oh, I had some extra sign-in sheets. There you go. Yeah, I had some extra sign-in sheets from a job we were working up at PCS, right? PCS Phosphate. This is the contractor sign-in sheet, site-specific. Yeah, this is our daily, you know, sign-in. This is how we, you know, get the guys signed in for the day. Okay, you cut them into 4 pieces. What's this? Ooh, there's a class all by itself. And you got these pieces. They'll be 4 by 5 or thereabouts. About the size of an index card. All right, you want one for each date and mint mark. 1944S. We're gonna zoom out. Is that working right? There we go. Okay, and whatever notes you want to write, that's good. I got here copper coins, Wexler's variety, Wexler of course, the W, variety Vista. And I get the simple ones, DDO, DDR, and RPM. Copper coins has 6, 7, and 10. All right, then I want notes on the DDO. What do I look for? I want to look at the eyelid, the date, right? Another one with date and liberty, and what's that say? I don't know what that says. On the DDR, all exterior devices, right? I want to look at all the upper half. I want to look at stronger on the upper left. There's 3 mint marks to that date. All right, here we go, 1940S. I'm looking for mint mark style number 2 would be normal on that one. There's 1951D, right? I've got OMM. I've got over mint mark for that date. You know, you can put together whatever sorts of notes that you like and keep them in order. Because let me tell you, you drop these things or they turn the fan on too far and that whole thing scatters quick. Index cards works. You can get these little boxes, right? You can use, you know, real size paper. I had some just the other day. You can use real paper. Look, they got this at the store. It's called filler paper. It's got lines on it, so you can keep, you know, you keep your notes all in the same line. We can have 1 page, 1 date. Right? Keep it in order in a binder. We're not talking a whole lot of money being invested in this. Index cards works the best, says Bill. Whatever works for you, that's the best. Come up with it, work on it. Dude, if it works for you, share. You know, tell us about it. We'd love to hear it. I got to do a video on, you know, on broadcasting. I'm doing live stream so more people can do more live stream and show us, you know, what they're doing. Ken Peavy says, Ginger, any other suggestions other than the info in the cherry picker on easiest way to identify small and large dates? Gosh. experience, you'll be able to pick out some of these real easy. Some stuff is a little tricky, right? 74 doesn't matter. 1970 S is only the S. A lot of people go and say, oh, well, there's a large 1970 S. Is this a large 1971 S? And they got the coin up. No, no, that doesn't work. There's only 4 dates you have to worry about for large and small date. 60, 70, 74, and 82. And the 74 is about 50-50, so there's not a whole lot of interest in that one. Yep, 1970. I did watched a couple of days ago, I did a Play-Doh show, and we went into the dates on that. You know, the 82, well, a lot of it's just the shape of the 2. On the 1970, it's the shape of the 9 and the shape of the 7, and the location of the 7, high or low. But there's other markers out there also. Yep, a nice tight 9. I'll give you a quick one here. I got Play-Doh handy. All right. I got to get my pasta machine out here. That long enough? I think I can make that happen. Okay, we got a 9. All right, and that's just an awful 9. That's like a 4-year-old 9. Okay, there's a typical 9 on a 1970 large date, right? Where's my pen? My pen. Here's a bright orange pencil. All right, follow that 9. See how it's pointing down here at 5 o'clock? All right, that'd be a large date. Okay, that's a tighter 9. That's pointing over here at 3 o'clock. There's a big difference between the 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Another way to tell is the tip. Let's see if I can get the shadow out of that. Okay. On the small date, which this is now, see how it points at 3 o'clock? On the small date, the tip of that 9 is chiseled. Kind of a point to it. On the large date, I got a more of a blunt end. How's that? Is that helping? Something like the 82. 1982. All right. On the small date, you got this real pretty 2. See the way that is? On the large date, you grab that and you pull. That's a large date. Sharp point. Straight. Pretty. You know what pretty is. You're a girl. You know, you can tell the difference there. You have this curl in here. Small date. Large date. Now another thing, another way to tell, on the large date, I'll need more clay. All right, we'll give that a wider tail. A little point there. The rim is right here. Here's the rim of the coin. And it goes all the way around. All right, on a small date, see the way that works? I got a lot of space here between the 2 and the rim of the coin. Large date, point, straight, and it's right close to the edge of the coin. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Hoogie's Hobby Shop. If you check his channel, he's got much better tools than I have. Mine are clay. His are done out of wood. I think it's like walnut or something. Real pretty. The actual index card color. Yes, you can color code your index cards. You can have multiple cards for the same date. You can write in the front, write in the back. You know, if you get too much stuff for an index card, then you get the whole notebook. But lots of ways to keep your own notes. I've got, do I have it up here? Let me see if, oh, there's more clay. I just put this away, I got more clay to put away. I'm buying me some Play-Doh. Get yourself some Play-Doh. It's more than just coins. It's not just for breakfast anymore. Try to not eat the Play-Doh because it's really salty. Right? Makes your teeth orange or blue or green or whatever the color the Play-Doh is. And you get it in your nails. Gosh, I so need to do my nails. Let's see. Stand by. Let me pull something up. Is this it? No, no, that's not it. Okay, I'm going to load a page. So wait for it. I'm going to load a page here. And this is going to probably slow things down. There's a new tab. Coin, video, blog, Livestream Directory, coin inventory and checklist. Wait for this. Yep. Okay, this is loaded on my side. So I'm going to go to the stream. But you might get some lagging here. That's not it. Screen. Here's the screen. This is what I see. This is my thingy. Where did that go? How does this happen? Get this out of here. Okay, it's still working. Wait for it. Can we see this okay? Might need to move it over a little. Yep, that works. Okay, now you should have the link to this in the description below the video. It'll say coin inventory and checklist or coin collector checklist and a big long link. Here's the link if you want to just write it down real quick. Can we see the bottom here? Let me see if we can see the bottom. Come up here, let me see the bottom. I'm going to have to shrink this a little. It's the beauty of this, you can change this around in the middle of the job. There you go. I can see the bottom. Okay, coin inventory and checklist, right? You got Lincoln pennies, 2 cents, 3 cents, Buffaloes, Jeffersons, Barbers. You got some arrows over here so you can just scroll through. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Now, Tony Mazza's been working on, man, he's been tearing this up. He's done a lot of stuff to this. I'm going to go to Lincoln cents, and here you go. You got them all. You can print this up, right? You can copy it and paste it into your own Google spreadsheet, right? And make any changes you want. This is free for you. I made this, and Tony Mazza helped out. And if you think it's really helpful, there's a link up here. You can just send money. Okay, that's enough self-promotion there. There you go, all of them. I've got the date, the mint mark, anything special, be they matte proof, satin, the VDBs, the plain, you know, no mint mark 1922s. You got the scribing population, mintage, right over here. This is really neat because it'll add it up for you. You know, what did you pay? You paid $5. There you go, and you'll see up here the total. Takes a moment. Will update itself and it'll say $5. And if it's worth $8, up here the total, that's going to update. And you can go through your whole collection here and, you know, catalog it, write it in. And it'll give you the total. There's total value for those is $32. Let me kill this and make it back to normal. But that's what you can do with this. There. All right. Got everything. You can print this up, and there's enough space over here for your notes. Make any notes right here. This is going to be several pages. If you're getting 30 lines to an inch, you've got, what do you got, 360 or so? 397. This will be about a dozen pages. All right, but you can print it up. It's not a lot of blackness in it. It's, you know, shouldn't be too much on your printer. You can just print the whole darn thing out. What do you got? Small dates, large date, small date proof, large date proof, right? If you copy this into your own spreadsheet, you can delete entire columns. You can take that mintage right out of there. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe you don't need the little check mark. You can delete that and be left just with, you know, date and whatever's in the description section, right? And then add whatever notes you wish, right? 1911S. You'll put that in as having 2 known RPMs, for example. But that's in here, and you can, you know, it's everything. Buffaloes, Jeffersons, Barbers, Mercuries, Roosevelt dimes, quarters, Jesus the quarters. You want to write down everything. You hear about something, you want to write it in. Over here in the quarters, you want to write down, oh, what do you got here? Let me get up to, what's it go? Come on, 2000. There you go. On the 2000, no, 1999 Delaware quarter, you want to write in over here in the notes, spitting horse. There you go. So there's a place for all this. And yeah, you can make good work with this. And put this, you know, stick it in a binder. You got a little hole punch. You can poke holes in it. Put it in a 3-ring binder. Otherwise, if you're just doing your index cards, well, here's the complete list of dates, mint marks, you know, finishes, whatever else you need. It's out there. We've been putting this together, me and Tony Mazza. If it helps, great. If it doesn't, well, that's okay. We'll keep on working on it. So I'm going to go back to the home. And here we are. Catch up on the chat. I'm going to scroll back just a bit because I got to talking so much. 2-minute windows open. Dude, I have 30. I've gotten to a point that says Windows cannot open any more windows. Ginger says, I bought a 4-color pack of index cards, and each year we'll have 1 blue for Denver, 1 green for Philadelphia, 1 of whatever color you like for San Francisco, proof, and the 4th color I'm using for any W, C, C, or O. Very good. What are you doing for Satins? Because, you know, 2009, you got 4 dates, or 4 varieties. 2009, type 1, 2, 3, and 4. You got P, D, right? You got S. Then you got the P and D Satins. You got 20 different cards you'd need just for 2009. That's no fooling. Now you're doing something different for some of those state quarters. You got, what do you got? 2010 S, Satin, Silver Proof, Uncirculated Silver S. Oh God, you need so many darn colors. Well, I hope it works for you. And we'd love to see, can you make a video and show us what you're doing with that? Gonna have to buy a couple more colors. You know, you can always get just plain white and some magic markers because they got every color in the world out there. But show us what you're doing. If it is working for you, if it's helping you, it can probably help somebody else. We learn from each other, and I'm not, you know, gosh, I keep telling you, check out everybody else's channels because there's some good channels out there. I was just talking about Blue Ridge Silverhound. Let me go back over to here, show you his. Let's see, screen. Here you go. Here's Blue Ridge Silverhound. Here's his channel. He's got lots of stuff. He's one of the better channels, I think. Who's over here? There it is. Here he is with, look, he's got gloves on. And he's going through a roll of stuff. But different people learn in different ways. So if you have an idea, by all means, share it with people. Because it sounds like you got a plan. The table saw is a lot more fun to use with Ken playing on my headphones. I got to do a show on the table saw. Here's Hoogie. We were just talking about your 1982 small dates because we've got to doing the same darn thing, but instead of wood, we're doing it with Play-Doh. You can do that. It's fun. Anyway, let's see some of your woodwork. Give us a video on the woodwork. Anyway, Ginger, she says, I love Blue Ridge. Ginger is talking about her index cards and how she's keeping notes. What sets you apart from a collector into, you know, making a leap and becoming a numismatist is those notes that you take. It's those notes that help you learn and help you better organize your thoughts. And because you're keeping notes, I bet you'll get a whole lot more value out of those coin rolls you're searching. Because you're keeping a record. Oh yeah, I better write that down right here, right now. I say it all the time. Write this in your notes. Blue Ridge Silverhound, he was one of my first subs. Outstanding. I was one of his first subs. He's got 50,000 subs out there now. He's got a good show. And he's not, you know, way out there. He's down to earth, realistic. He's going to give you a good idea of what you can expect, you know, from those rolls and stuff that you go through. He goes through a lot of stuff. And he gets some good finds. He found a 36 double die in a bag of wheats one time. You know, it's probably a $50 to $100 coin. Real nice. Has he found an $11,000 1923 in MS-67? He hasn't found one yet. Bet you if he does, we'll hear about it. He's a man. He's got a great show, good content, and you learn a lot. That's kind of the whole point, isn't it? Does your state quarter list have errors and varieties? Not really. I've got that up here actually. Been hoping to add to it. Let's see, where's the screen? Here's a screen. Here's my list. That's not it. Thought I had that up. Here it is. Here's a standard database. I do have a couple of quarter die varieties listed so far, but just a couple, and it's not enough. I got the pooping horse in there somewhere. Let me load this page. So bear with me. We'll probably go to red, and by that I mean we got this little line up at the top. Yeah, if that goes to red, I'm in trouble. It's in yellow. Okay, quarter die varieties. State is Washington quarter. What year's that? What year's that pooping horse? Here's 2007. No, it's not 2007. I'd have to find the darn thing. Anybody know what year is Nevada? I can come over here. Okay, I can find. There's the quarters. I want Nevada. Guys, there's so many. Do we need so many states? Nevada, 2006. There we go. 2006. We should have. Let's go over here. Wait for it. Okay. There we go. We got the road apples. 2006P, Nevada. You get die chips. On the horse tail, legs, and on EPU. And here it is. And you can blow up these photos. There's a die chip right on the corner of Lincoln's bust there. You get die chips on the horse's tail. And you can blow these up. And you look, you got filled letters. These are incuse letters. And they're filled over here in state. But this is the pooping horse. And I can blow him up. And right there on the tail, right? Right here on the back of the horse's rump, and right here on this lower leg of the upper horse. Yep, it's a pooping horse. Road apples. I think it's the only die variety I have listed for quarters at this point. There we go. Let me find my way home. There's home. Never mind, thinking spitting. I think there are 2 spitting horse die varieties. And it comes down to the shape and size and length of that gouge or die crack coming out of his mouth. Road apples. Well, I could call it meadow muffins. Might be appropriate. I used to have them when I had the bull out here. Man, they're copious. They are. So all of those die chips must be present. No, not necessarily. Excuse me. I'm gonna wipe the coffee here. Not necessarily. Remember, a die chip is something that came into being since the die went into operation, right? It was working and working, and a piece broke off. So you have you have die stages. Early in the die, it can be. I'm gonna blow my nose. Just one moment, please. Here, you look at the screen here for a minute. I've got to blow my nose. There, I get to talking so much. There you go. You get die stages. Over time, the die will change. Those little cracks, they can grow, they can develop, they can become bigger cracks, right? A new crack can show up, right? Same thing with the die chips. They can grow, they can develop. You can have a die chip here, and then, boink, here's another die chip. So, yeah, on the road apples, maybe you only have 1 chip. That'd be an earlier die stage. Spitting horse is a good one, says Bill. Helen Keller has die chips. I would write this down in my notes if I had my notes ready. 38 likes. You're on a roll. Woohoo! How many we got? We got 21 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button. The more likes we get, the higher priority my videos will get when people are looking at, stuff. And so the more, let me show you why. What's this? I had a dashboard up here. I'm going to load up another page. Oh, here's Cointelligence. So I'm going to keep that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go here. Let me show you this. We're loading a page, so be ready. It's probably going to crash or something. Okay. Yep, I'm going to go to Creator Studio. Oh, come on. Oh, God. This is so slow. I'll go to Analytics. Why do we want this? Okay, here's the screen. We're probably in red. I'm going to go over here and take a look. This is the chat window where I see everybody, and that little line is orange. So life is good there. I lost my way. What was that? Here it is. This is analytics. This is the statistics I get from YouTube. Okay, it's kind of slow, but it's starting to show up. There we go. So my estimated revenue. This is a really neat one. This is 28 days. You can see that up. Maybe you can't see that up here. Can you see that up here? Stop. Let me move that over. There you go. This is the fun part. This is way back, inside. Here we go. Estimated revenue in the past 28 days, I've made $29.34. People actually make money on these videos. I've been paid twice. They don't pay you every month. They pay you when you get, when you reach or exceed $100. So I've gotten 2 paychecks from them so far. $100 and $125. It's a nice shot in the arm. Of course, I just spend it all on coins. But it tells me, how many views I've got, how much watch time, and it's really neat because you can see when the weekend comes, right? There you go. You got to have, what do you got to have? You got to have 1,000 subscribers, and you got to have 4,000 hours of watch time in order to get monetized. And what that means is they're going to put up, advertisements, and you get a piece of that revenue. For you generate the content, and you can develop an income on this. And I know some people, they're pulling $1,000, $2,000 a month just making videos. I'm sure you've watched some of those videos. Okay, watch time. In 28 days, I've got half of the required 240,000 minutes. I've got half of that. I have no problem with the watch time. I got no problem with the number of subscribers, but I'd love to get more subscribers so that I can get more revenue. Geez, I'd love to make enough to pay, pay the groceries or the light bill. That'd be wonderful. That'd be so cool. Okay, here's likes, and depending on how many likes you get, is how many times the, is how well YouTube promotes the videos. So I got 1,000 so far this month. I'd say that's pretty good. And here you go. This is the top videos for this month so far. Coin Break, Insomnia Theater had 8,410 minutes of view time, over 300 views. It made 66 cents. Huh? How about that? Let's see. Cleaning Up the Desk. You might have seen that one. This about a week ago. What's that, on the 19th? Week and a half ago. I made $1.51 so far on that one. Let's see. What's really neat is the ones that do really well are the ones from way back. Because the more views, the more thumbs up these video gets, well, the more people it's exposed to. Here you go. Coin roll hunting, part 4. This one I did, what, 2 years ago? I made $2.60 on that. It's my highest performing video of all time. I made probably $20 on that one video. Kind of a neat thing. Okay, The Big Show. Here's when I made $1.47. Right, Coin Class. I made $1.01 on that one. Coin Class Lab. Oh, there's one. You want to see that one? Brainstorming a workbook, because we'll get into talking about the notes. I made $1 on that one. Okay. Geez, I'd love to see these go bigger and better and longer and get the views and the likes and lots of people learning and stuff. There we go. There's, what's this? A calculator? Kill that. Bring this back over. Go home. So, hit the thumb button. Hit the likes. I like it when you like it. Start playing Fortnite. I don't know what the heck that is. Is that a band? Some of those streams are even entertaining. I try to be. That's why I got the Play-Doh. Geez, you can do so much with Play-Doh. I was looking at mine. They're cool. Even a bottle of JD. I've been into the JD, and YouTube won't let me monetize that video because it's got booze in it. And God forbid there be booze. Gosh, we've come a long ways since 1923 and the abolition. When was Prohibition abolished? 1933? We've come a long way since then. A lot of watch time. Put the video in different playlists. I put all the coin classes in one playlist so you can find them. Every year they come out with 5 America the Beautiful quarters. That's right. I know the designs are already picked out through 2021. What are they going to do after America the Beautiful? They're going to make 50 more designs, or what? 50 governor quarters, or go back to the old eagle? Will you be covering coin color anytime soon? Toning and such? I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. Joe Rogan smokes weed in his podcast. Where's my weed? I have these. They are the cheapest, nastiest smokes you can get without actually burning your boots. I could take a dog shit, put it in a brown paper bag, leave it under my porch for 6 months and smoke it. It'd probably be better tasting than these things. But I've been an hour and a half. I've been 2 hours now. God. Yeah. I haven't smoked dope since my college days. But back then I was a pro, let me tell you. Well, we can get this back. There we go. Here's what we were talking about earlier. Of course, it's all upside down now. Well, good enough. It ends in 2021, says Bill. 56, LOL, do not forget the territories since they were included in America the Beautiful. Oh, absolutely. They've got a couple of the DC, no, one of the parks, El Yunque, they got something from Puerto Rico, one of the parks. I hear it's a really nice, they ought to be, the 51st state. I know this one chick from Puerto Rico, she is smoking hot. It's a good, they got, it's the same as the U.S. They get all the same privileges of U.S. citizenship, right? But they don't get a vote in Congress. It's, geez, you don't need a passport to go travel. They get rum coming out of the faucets, right? You go to a public fountain, you press a button and rum comes out. Now, everything's $1, right? Be a guy selling shrimp. Hey, shrimp, how much? $1. They speak English, Spanish, Puerto Rican, whatever the heck. I hear it's a nice place. It's warm. They got no mosquitoes, no spiders. Not a single spider on the whole island. Just found a 70D floating roof in a roll. Yes, they're out there. Let's go. This is what he's talking about. No, maybe this one. There it is, a floating roof. That's what he's talking about. Does it have an FG? Yeah. Now, PCGS had slabbed a number of these 1969D floating roofs, right, with a no FG. And then they realized they were just so darn common that they were worthless. Well, not a whole lot of value anyway. So they stopped slabbing them. Now, the variety itself doesn't have a whole lot of value. But those slabs that got through before they realized that they were nothing special, those have value because they ain't slabbing no more of them. Oh, I have a fan right here. That's what's going on. Yeah, I have a fan right there. I show you the fan, but it's got a lot of lint. And it just, every now and then I take it outside and hose it down to get that, because Jesus. The crap going through the air in here, it's pretty nasty. Same postal rates to Puerto Rico. I'm in a Facebook group, the Coin Up Sales group. And yeah, we don't want foreigners in there because you don't want to be surprised when you're offering $3 shipping and the guy lives in Bangladesh. You know, they bought a $3 coin. You got $3 to ship, and it cost you $50 to ship to Bangladesh. Well, Puerto Rico, that's U.S. They can get in. He's got that fan blowing. Yep. Puerto Rico, the first island with total solar power. They had that storm this past hurricane season that just devastated the whole area. I imagine they'll be putting in a whole lot more solar because it's an independent system. You can hook it to a grid, but if the grid goes down, you're down. That's the way it has to work, because otherwise you're charging the grid, and there's a guy working on it, 5 miles up the road is going to get electrocuted if you're alive. So you go with an independent system. You're not hooked to the grid. It works great. And the way that place was devastated, I can see solar power being the way to go. For $3,000 or $4,000, you're up and running. Eventually, you should start your own grading service, Ken, on a scale of 1 to 100. That'll screw stuff up. Then you got to have a conversion, be like the Celsius, Celsius scale. No, I'll look at them. I'll give you my opinion. I do that. I don't want to get into grading. PCGS, let's face it, they are huge and can squish me like a bug. Sometimes you don't want to just mess with that. No. But attribution service, we do that. That's why you blow your nose. Too much lint. It's the way my head is shaped. It's kind of pointed, kind of oval. Goes to a point in the back. You don't get to see that much. But the vibration from the talking, yeah. And it's probably these cigarettes that don't stay lit. Be a revolutionary. It's the pioneers that take the arrows. Look, I just went to get on for a few minutes and rave. And I did that. Now I went out for another 2 hours. So I think we're going to call it here. I'm getting ready to go check the mail. Then Ken will get a knock on the door. Hey, you, what's up with that grading? Huh? No, they don't get too close. I got the gate shut. I got the Rottweilers running around. I mean, they're decent dogs, really. They're great guard animals because I never feed them. All I do is I go out every 2 days and hit them with a stick, and it keeps them right on their toes. Anybody climbing the fence? Dude, they don't have a chance. I always wondered what brainiac thought it was a good idea to stop at 70. 70 comes from Sheldon. It's a Sheldon scale. The whole idea, right? Grade 1, poor. But the lowest you can get is still identified. Now you got grade, 2, fair, is worth twice as much as grade 1, right? You got good 4. Well, that's worth 4 times as much as fair 1. So you got very good 8 is worth twice as much as good 4. So that the idea was the highest coin out there is worth 70 times as much as the poorest coin out there. But we find that doesn't really work. But the system stuck, and the ANA adopted it in the mid-60s. The American Numismatic Association adopted that scale, and that's how it stuck. Otherwise, it should be what? 7 different grades, very good, fine, XF. There's another one there, AU, and then the MSs. Then it jumps to 69 or 70. What I don't like is, the slabbing services. They tell you it's a MS69 instead of MS70, but they don't say why they deducted the point. Looks pretty darn good to me. Class is still in session. Yeah, we never stop around here. Have you ever had a coin graded and disagreed with the grade? Yeah. Yeah. I haven't had one graded, but I bought them that are graded. What do you got here? See if we can see this. You got here an MS69 red, satin finish, 2005. MS69. That's almost a perfect coin. Let's get over here. Here's the scope. It's upside down. And it's a delightful coin, no question about it. Okay, but MS69, I should be just about flawless. Okay, I got a big gash in the rim over here. I got this bit over here beside the memorial. And yeah, that's a depression, that's a mark. And that looks to me to be a contact mark. Look at the front, how you looking over here? A little contact there on the rim, due south of the date. All right. Was there something on the front? Oh, right below his bow tie, a couple little, just little light marks on the edge of his vest. This is MS69. Huh? MS69 red. Now the whole idea behind these grading services is they're juried, where 3 people have to reach consensus to come up with this grade, which means 3 people looked at this coin and they saw that gash on the rim below O. They saw the big gash to the right of the memorial column. They saw the the ding on the rim below the date, and they see the little mark on his vest. 3 people came up with the same idea that this is MS69. Huh? Okay, first off, no, that's not believable. Are they still being juried, or did one person grade this? Because one person, I can see that they could miss that. They've been doing it a long time. It's been a long day. They haven't had a cigarette in months. They fought with a wife. They were up late watching, the coin channel the night before. Maybe they didn't get their ugly sleep in. Well, are they sticking to their values, or have they slid? We got to realize these are people, right? People make mistakes. It's not perfect, so they counter the issues, such as the big gash here beside the memorial. They'll counter that with their service satisfaction guarantee. Okay, well that's all well and good, but still, they're subject to errors just like everybody else. Where's that other one? A buddy of mine found this one and sent it in. Now he sent great photos to me beforehand, and I looked at it real hard. Right? What would we give this for a grade? What would you give that for a grade? I mean, this baby's sharp. Right? I've had AU55s that were not this solid. Let's look at the back here. The back is flawless. Okay, this is a Lincoln cent. You know what a Lincoln cent looks like, right? There ain't nothing wrong with this coin. What would we give that? Because I'm looking at this real hard, and I said AU 50 to 53. Now, I didn't have it in hand when I looked at it, but I looked at some pretty darn good photos, and that's what I came up with. Okay, what would you give that one? I don't agree with it. I think the grade that they assigned here is too darn low and vague, right? Now I got a details, because if you look above the date, you see a bit of a slash. Looks like a number 7. Well, they decided to give that 1914D XF details. Okay, is this enough to work with? XF? I've seen XF that are nothing like this. I've seen AUs that are worse. Is it XF40, XF45 details? I think we can be a little more specific than that when you can pick out the exact issue that gives it the details grade, and that's that set number 7 looking scratch. You tell me, what do you think? I think this coin is worth a whole lot more than XF details. This coin should be XF45 at least. If I have to be conservative, and I tend to be conservative, and AU50 on the outside. Yeah, they're people. They can be wrong. I've been wrong. Here we go. I'll go back to here. That's normal. So you get it. I'm been meaning to look at this one. Coin Dragon sent this my way. I was going to give it away. Okay, what would you grade this thing? Well, first I grade it just BU for butt ugly, because that is one ugly design. Okay, what would you give this? Now at MS65 there should be no marks, you know, you can see with your eye. Nothing that jumps out. Boy, that's an ugly coin. But we got a mark below the date. Is that on the rim or is it not on the rim? Well, it's kind of on the rim, but you got this, you know, giant gaudy rim. All right. Another mark over here, what, 7 o'clock on the rim. Another one up here at 10 o'clock on the rim. Is it uncirculated? Well, the cheek looks pretty uncirculated. It doesn't look good, but it looks uncirculated. Outburst looks 66. Bill says 69. Okay, we'll look at the back here. I'm going to move this copy. There we go. And we got just a few, just little tiny marks, just below the dot to the left of you. Just a little tiny one. All right. Yeah, looks pretty good otherwise. I like the reverse design. You get some thinning down here. That's not going to add or detract to the value of the coin. Here you go. Over on the right side, you got a couple of marks. Geez, that's a lot of marks for uncirculated. But we've got 65, 66, 69, XF48, absolutely YOLO. That 14D, that should be 45 to 50. There you go. There's that ugly C dot. It's freaking. Is that a mark on her cheek? It sure is. MS65 is what they gave that. Huh. Well, is that good enough that you would send that in to be graded? If it's going to cost you, you know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks for shipping and insurance and fees, you got a big mark on her nose. These modern ones, you pretty much need a coin that is free of marks before they're really worth sending in. Another one right on top of her head. I mean, the more you look at it, the more of these little marks you find. Is that graded accurately? Because if it is, you know, it's worth about 2 bucks. It's costing 20 bucks to slab it. Heck no. Definitely no. You can get them graded in bulk, though. Yeah, you can get the cost down to, what, $9 through Annex? That's NGC. That costs them 16 bucks. They got no sale on that. What you got here? Find the flaw on this coin. It's, again, a Susan B. Ugly dollar. Okay, let's find a flaw. Now get the magnifications up. If you can see a reflection, you got 2 lines. That's a mark on the plastic. Got anything wrong with this coin? Because I don't really see it. Got a little spot on the neck. Got a little hickey. Look at the back. Find the flaw. It's a piece of lint. Oh, I had one that came through last week. Had a big giant piece of lint in it. Come on, piece of lint inside the slab. Okay, I don't know what the error. This thing, I can't find a single thing wrong with it. They gave that one a proof 69 deep cameo. What's the 1 point? What's the issue? Can you give us a note? You get a whole website over there. You'll have a picture of that. You can't give me, you know, 200 characters and say it's because of, you know, the little dot on her neck. A lot of that was just a slab. I keep them in the little baggies. I got these from Coin Dragon. I don't know why. Why would I buy a Susan B? They were his bags. What's that one? That's 1980. Yeah, I'll put these probably in the big show some point. If you sell empty Lincoln Cent books, yeah, we got those. You'll see them right here at some point. They're $4 a piece. Oh, this is double packaged. Look how nice this is. Here you go. And that's got cellophane over it. Just like that. Home. Let's go up. Oh, screwed it down too tight. That's got a plastic baggie it's in. So it's in pretty good shape. Scope. There you go. And again, this is a Proof 69 Ultra Cameo. This one's NGC. What's the issue they took off a point? I don't know. Looks good. Got a bunch of those bags too. Perfect for slabs. I get the 4x6s. They're pretty handy. You go to a paper goods store near you, right? They sell restaurant supplies, paper goods. Where is it? Scope, screen, home. There you go. I got a bunch of these. They're 4x6. There you go. Oh, they'll fit a slab all right. You can see the difference in size. No unfit proof sets and mint sets in these. And they're, you know, a nickel a piece. I get 100 of them. What's that? $5 or something? Maybe get 1,000. Whatever it is. But it's pretty darn handy to have these little smaller Ziplocs. I get smaller ones. There you go. 2x3. So I can just put small stuff in there. You know, a bunch of coins or whatever the hell I want. No, just little. If I run out of flips, that's what I use. I hate to use those, but well, it's handy. And these are half a penny a piece. Come on. Got a bunch of those bags. Get them. They're not really worth marketing the darn things. They're too heavy to ship. You know, I'm not going to count to 100 on the bags. All right, here we go. I got some right here. Because Ginger was saying, do you sell empty Lincoln Cent books? You're darn right. Here we got. There's Lincoln number 1. You see right up here, Lincoln number 1 is from 1909 to 1940. They're brand spanking new. They got that barcode on them. They still got the propaganda they put in up at the store. There, I'll point up here. And you got 90 holes, all brand new, never had a penny in them. All right, just like that. You got one empty slot because they didn't put the 1922 plain in there. So you put like an upside down wheat penny in there. All right, that's book 1. Book 2 goes from 1941 to 1974. There you go. So you get all the wheats on just those 2 books. Da-da-da. Plus you got 3 spots over here for the varieties. Or you can just take it to 1975, but then you need a 1975S. They're $4 a piece. And I've got Lincoln books 1 and 2. Book 1 of Lincoln is 1938 to 1961. And book 2 is 62 to 65. There you go. Now if you get 2 of them, $7.50. There you go. But after that we go by weight as far as the shipping. So if you want that, there's an email address right here. Get a hold of me. And we'll go from there. I'm not going to say what I call them. The Susan B. Uglies. Those gummed covers are caca, but they do protect the slab better than nothing. Gummed covers. Oh! The gum, where'd that, I put it away already. Where'd it go? There we go. Yeah, they got these slab protectors. Yeah, see, I like the bigger bags because I have no grace. And getting that coin out of a bag that is this much bigger than the slab, I can't do it. Dude, I have trouble getting my socks on. These are the gummed holders, right, where it's just a cellophane and they're pre-sticky, this little line. Right, it's a pre-sticky stuff, so it seals it. Yeah, they're nice, they're neat, they keep it clean, they're tight. Let me do a bigger bag. Right, like you know, I got 3 acres out back here because I like to have some room to stretch out. There we go. There's mine. Mine. That fits right in nice as you please. All right, plenty of extra space on that. And some people like them nice and neat and tidy. Hey man, whatever floats your boat, as long as you're protecting that slab. And that's in there, and it's tight. But I want to be able to take that slab out and take a photograph of it. And if I want to take a photograph, I need a slab that's not scuffed up. Geez, you spend, you know, 40, 50 bucks to get these coins slabbed, and then you throw them across the table and scuff them all up to a point you can't see the coin. What's the point? You could have them re-slabbed. Right? We'll open it up and they take the coin out and put it in a different holder. But that's like 12 bucks. Really? Kicking my butt here. Protect those slabs. You know, bags are a nickel. A nickel. Put your slab in the bag. Protect the slab. There you go. There's another bag around here somewhere, I'm sure of it. There it is. I found it. Now, don't take nothing to, you know, you get Ziploc bags up at the store for, what is it, 3, 4 bucks for 50. There they go. Ziploc bags. I keep a towel on the arm of the chair because I've worn the padding through, and it's, man, it's tough on my elbows. There, you get Ziploc bags. These got the sliders. And those will fit this stuff. I keep these around. I ship mid sets. You know, put that in a Ziploc bag. There you go. If that's all you got, it's still better protection than leaving that out. There you go. Tell me that's not gonna give you some added protection on that coin, on that slab. But you get mint sets, proof sets. Well, if you're just gonna have them kicking around, you could end up with dog-eared proof sets. Little scuffs on it. Right? The little tabs gets messed up. These fit. Is that too much to ask? It's a little bit of protection. Ginger says, read the last post. Last post says, so pennies from 09 to current date, how many books? I don't know if I have that one printed. The next is number 3, which goes to 75 to something. I don't know. I have to look that up. I can get them, but it's going to be a little while. I wasn't planning on making an order for a while. I saw your nickel books. How many books? I've got 2 available. Numbers 1 and 2. Number 1 goes to 1974. After 1974, yeah, you can get some really coins out of circulation, but the value isn't really there that you need to give them the added protection. But if you want them, I can probably get them. These are the only ones I carry right now because, well, it's what most people are into. That goes to 1995. So after 95, you're looking at 2 coins per year, except for 04 and 05. Then you got 4 coins per year because it wouldn't have the proofs in these. 2 coins a year, 10 years. Yeah, it wouldn't. The book on the nickels, number 3, would not be complete. Okay, number 2, if you got 2 coins per year from 74 on, go back 10, that would go to about 2009 for book number 3. Yeah, but book number 4 would have nothing in it hardly. 2 lines on a page. But right now I've got books 1 and 2 on Lincolns and Jeffersons, and I've got just the, okay, I got 3 Jefferson books total. I think that's 2 number 1s and 1 number 2. But I've got a dozen of each on the Lincoln cents up here. If you need supplies like flips and scales and loops and boxes, I gotta get boxes. The flips are the thing, handiest thing you can get. Coin Dragon says, I just got a 73 proof set that was packaged just really poorly. Sorry to hear it. USPS machines shredded it. So I have to do a video opening in case the case and or coins are damaged too. Yep, pretty handy. I just did a video about opening some stuff, and it's a good idea to do it on video. Gives you good coverage. When are you going to do the video, Coin Dragon? Because I'm about to log off, so now's a good time. There we go. Put that in my little, I got a little shelf here where I keep all this, get it out of the damn road stuff. plastic bags and stuff. Fritz says, Ken, how many flips fit in a small flat rate box? For the same shipping, you can step up to a padded mailer, and really you can fit probably 7 or 8. You can get a bunch in that. I'd say probably 500 in that for $7.50 shipping. I need 3 sets of each, 1 per grandchild. If you can get them and shoot me a total, no rush, would highly appreciate it. To do the nickels, I would have to order more supplies. I give away too darn many during the shows, so I'd have to order more. But I'll make a note. Where's my hoagie pen? Right there. Best pen out there. Okay, Ginger. You need 3 of each. 3 each. Jeff's, cents. Okay, I mean I can get all the rest. Kennedy's, Washington's. There we go, folders. Yeah, send quote. I'm sure I have your email address somewhere. 100 for the shelf. It's got like 2 pounds of plastic bags on it. How does all natural Hades here today? I could look out my window and check the thermometer, but it's easier just to look it up online. The old Quicksilver flare pens were my favorites. No, I got these. These are the, what are these? He sent some Pentax, Pentel, Energel. Dude, I've never seen the likes of these. I've been getting those cheap ass pens since Jesus came over on the Mayflower, right? They're not the old Bics. Remember the Bics? They got the hex shape and the pointed tip, and you can pull them out with your teeth and stuff, fling stuff. This is like the newer Bic. That's the round stick. Then I got the cheap Walmart brand, and they prove to be just garbage. Them things. They ain't worth the 10 cents a piece. I throw them across the damn room. Hoogie sent these, and these are like velvet. This is like writing on a cloud. Love the smell of fresh cut grass. Speaking of which, JC Will, look for double dies and the proof reverse on 1968 on the dimes in your 1970 sets. Absolutely. I've got a proof reverse here somewhere. What do you suppose that is? Another box. I just had another box here. Where did that go so fast? One there. That's not it. One here. Okay. You're keeping your notes, right? Here's a note for you to keep. What's this? If I could find it. Nope, that's die chips. Quarter. Where are the quarters? Okay, they're going to run off. There's a Roosevelt dime out there. 1969D, 1970, and 1970D, which I'm not going to find here. I probably took it out to show somebody during a show and never put it back. What's in this bag? What's in this box? God only knows what's in this box. Now, there's a reverse die variety where a proof reverse design was used on business stripes. And the big difference is instead of having the normal flat torch, the flame, we're talking about the flame, it has 2 grooves, much like the modern dimes have. No, we are never going to find that. And it's the proof reverse that was used. I'm going to have to find those and dig it up and get them out. And yeah, they're good for a few bucks. It's the same idea as the Wham. It's the transitional die variety. I took notes, but they wind up flat. You can tell by the flames. That's right. Okay, guys, I've been going for a couple hours. It's time to use a bathroom, find something to eat, go check the mail, smoke a cigarette, drink more coffee, and probably get on Facebook and complain about the government. So I'm going to let you all go. Yes, it is a proof reverse design that was used. I want to thank you for stopping in, pressing the like, subscribing, doing your thing, and giving me all the support that I hope to continue. I completed the wheats. Now I'm into the mint and proof sets. The 68, 69S are the best. The 70s are best also. They're all good. I like the mint sets from 05 to 2010. They're wonders. They're a joy to behold all by themselves. That's right. Cindy says, stay groovy, and I hope that's what you guys do. Be by tomorrow, about 9 o'clock at night. We're going to start Coin Jeopardy. Give away that Dansko album that Hoogie sent in. We got some other coins to send in with it. It'll be a lot of fun. We're just going to yuck it up. So why not? I still got to figure out the sudden death. Did not know it was the one they used on the proof. That it is the proof design that they use. That's what it is. Same as the WAM, because the WAM design was used on proofs until, whenever. Peace, brothers. Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to take off. So you stay groovy.